So I just want to welcome you all to this, to Find Center, and to this session for One Song Lab. And it's so great to have you all here. I can't see anyone, so I am so happy that you're joining. And we're going to use the chat today to communicate with each other. So my name is Ken Ashby. I am a songwriter. I've been a songwriter all of my adult life, and it's been one of the most amazing aspects of living for me. And so today I'm going to tell you about songwriting, introduce you to the idea that songwriting is it's really so much more than just writing a song. It's really all about gratitude. It's about understanding that you have curiosity, that you can use your curiosity. It's sort of going back, songwriting goes back to that curiosity you had when you were a child, when we were all growing up. So I welcome you all today, and I want to say thanks again to Find Center for creating this moment and for creating so many amazing programs that Find Center is offering people all over from everywhere, and they're free. You get to experience Find Center. You get to experience it on a daily basis. There's such a great registry and a great schedule of speakers and experiences. So today is about songwriting. Let's jump in here for a second. Let me ask, where are you from? What part of the world are you in today? So just use the chat. And for those of you, I'm assuming that most everyone is familiar with chat, but for those of you who are not familiar with chat, it's the little button down at the bottom that says, oddly enough, chat. So that's what we're going to be using today. We're not going to be using the Q&A function. We will use chat. So if you have a question for me, or if I ask for a response, then you just put it in the chat, and that way we can see. So I see that we have someone from San Diego, fabulous place in the world. San Francisco, another great place in the world. Looks like Maine. Is that Maine or Massachusetts? What's MA? I've forgotten. In any case, glad to have you all here with us today. San Francisco, my favorite city. Yes, one of mine too. So we're going to communicate in chat. And let me ask you just a little bit for a moment. Why was one song, why was this finding confidence and wholeness through songwriting? What appealed to you about that? Just drop that in the chat so I can know why you're here, and kind of what your intention, what you were thinking. Just write in the chat, well, I was looking for something different. I'm trying to express myself more. I'm exploring my creativity. Anything like that. But just feel free to drop that in the chat when you get a chance. So one of the things I would like to do, since I'm a songwriter, this makes total sense. And I'm just going to stop here. Noelle says, exploring creativity. Fabulous. I sang with this is from Caroline. I sang with a choir that sings for the dying and would love to contribute some songs. Did I get that right? Sings for the dying and creativity explored. Yes, all those are good things. I've sang in a lot of audiences, all types of audience. I've been taking singing lessons, and the more I learn to use my voice, the more I want to express myself through music. Beautiful, beautiful. That's such a great intentions for all of you all. I would ask you to hang on to that. As I've started to say, I'm going to sing a little song for you right now. This is a song that I wrote, and it's something that really we feel is important in all aspects of our lives, really. And the song is called Gratitude Street. I'll tell you a little bit how I wrote it, but let's just kick off with a little music, okay? Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, 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 oh. Shuffling down the sidewalk, I'm not worried about the clock. The bodega's busy, the deli is packed. It's like a party on every block. I got a pocket full of feel good just hearing a one-man band. I look around and see the beautiful, beautiful people holding hands. Down on the corner, somebody's dancing to the beat. I'm so glad to be walking on Gratitude Street. Glad to be walking on Gratitude Street. I'm glad to be walking on Gratitude Street. Oh, 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 FaceTiming with the hot sun. I got all I need, traveling light. I look around and see the beautiful, beautiful people in my life. I could be on my town Main Street or a big city Broadway. Everywhere I go, there's a chance to bring gratitude out and play. Down on the corner, somebody dancing to the beat. I'm so glad to be walking on Gratitude Street. Glad to be walking on Gratitude Street. So glad to be walking on Gratitude Street. Fine sinners walking on Gratitude Street. You all are walking on Gratitude Street. Oh, there are all kinds of music on Gratitude Street. Lost my words on Gratitude Street. All right. Big round of applause. I can hear them applauding all the way from San Francisco and San Diego. A little song called Gratitude Street. And I would say that songwriting and gratitude really go together. I think that many of the times I've written songs, it's been about expressing something to someone I'm with, expressing someone to a family maybe that I'm staying with, or friends that we're meeting. And this song, Gratitude Street, like most songs that I've written, I can remember where I was, what I was doing. So obviously it had a big impact on me as a person. My being was affected by writing this song. I was going to visit friends in New York City, and I was so excited to see these friends who I hadn't seen for a long time. And I'm in the back of a taxi cab driving into Manhattan, and this just came out of the blue to me, feeling about Gratitude Street. What if every city in the world had a street called Gratitude Street? We'd love to see them all named, but in fact, we can all create Gratitude Street just wherever we go. We get to create that ourselves because we get to what we call as BYOG, bring your own gratitude. So that's something that I want to just leave with you today, and think about gratitude. And let's talk about songwriting for just a little bit. Songwriting, most songs, and you really can listen to just about any song, and you're going to find that a song is about a relationship. Yeah, it's not always a relationship, many times a relationship to a love interest, a relationship, or maybe a relationship to a broken heart, or a relationship to a family member who's passed away, or a relationship, if it's a good country song, a relationship to drinking beer on Saturday night or my pickup truck, fun things. All songs are about a relationship. And I challenge you to listen to songs as you go through your next week and just listen and see, wonder what that relationship is. What's the relationship that the writer was trying to convey to the listener? And it's always a speaker and a listener. And with songs, we get to figure out who's speaking, who's it for, who am I singing to, who am I writing for. And we're going to talk a little more about that as we go through the day. But I do want to come back to the point that songwriting is a vehicle. Songwriting is a vehicle to a very unique spot. They tell us that the universe is made up of only 5% matter and 95% non-matter. The non-matter is energy, and songwriting is about energy. Nikola Tesla said once, if you want to know the secrets to the universe, it's all in frequency, vibration, and energy. And that describes music to a T. Maybe that's why they say music is the universal language. Because in many cases, songs, we hear a song and it connects to us. Maybe we hear a song that doesn't connect to us. But when we hear a song that connects to us, it's speaking in a vibration, frequency, and an energy that's inside us. It's something we're born with. There are 7 billion plus frequencies and vibrations and energies on this earth. Many of them are similar. There could be things that obviously many people hear a song and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands, millions of people like the song, play it over and over because the song is speaking to either a feeling, something that we feel, or it's speaking to our feet and we want to dance. So one of those two cases, as a songwriter told me yesterday, one of those two cases is really what a song is all about. And the songs that speak to us are songs that resonate and vibrate with what's inside us. So let's talk a little bit about that. And I'm going to take a moment now and just do a little grounding, songwriter's grounding, I guess I would call it. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and let me get a little background music here going. And as you close your eyes, I will give you a little meditation as we go through this. And let's just check to see if everyone is able to hear the music. So I'd ask you to just close your eyes, have your feet both planted firmly on the ground. Take a few deep breaths. Just breathe in the gratitude. And breathe out anything that doesn't concern you right now. Breathe in your creativity. Breathe in the feeling that you are enough. Breathe in the feeling that there's so many things in the world that you get to do. Breathe in the feeling of belonging. Take another deep breath and let go of any cares that you may have. Let go of any anxieties, anything that gets in the way of your being your creative self. I want you to picture a door. It's a giant door, huge double door. The wood carving is spectacular. It's intricate. And it's letting you know that this is a door to something very special. And now you get to push the door open, walk through, and walk into a space that is vast. It's a space of energy. It's the space where anything is possible, anytime. Maybe you see images. Maybe you see words, lyrics, thoughts, ideas, creations. This is the space of infinite possibilities and infinite creativity. And we get to experience this space anytime we want. because the space, as vast as it is a warm blanket that will surround you, that will hold you close. This is a space where you can express yourself. This is a space where your voice matters, always. This is the energy field where ideas are born and where voices get heard. Just take a few more deep breaths and enjoy exploring. Slowly open your eyes and bring yourself back to this moment. Thank you all. Thank you for going there. This is a space, this energy field, this 95% energy field where I used to roam, and I always was thinking that there are song ideas and hooks floating by. And as they would float by me, I would grab it, maybe, and work on it. And sure enough, if I didn't, a few months or years later, I would hear a song and I would say, somebody else grabbed that. So it's really not a place of holding or keeping it for yourself. It's really a place of exploring it in your voice. And many songs are written about the same things. As we were saying, there's relationships. All songs are about relationships. But I'm a member of ASCAP, which is the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, have been for many years. And I was reading their annual report. And in ASCAP alone, there are actually several other performance rights agencies who track songwriters' music and make sure that they get paid for the music when it's played in a bar, in a restaurant, at a concert, at a theater, in a movie, all of those types of things. So with ASCAP, they have 850,000 members, songwriters and publishers, and they represent about 16 million songs. So when you think about it, songwriting with music, there's only 7 notes in a major scale. You all know the major scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and then the do is an octave. So really there's 7 unique notes and an octave. And if we look at a piano and see the black keys, there's 12 notes with some octaves in there. 12 notes, 16 million songs written with 12 notes. To me, that's astounding. That means that each voice, each writer is unique and is saying maybe the same things. I love you. But as Paul Simon said, one of the great songwriters in American history, Paul Simon said, if you want to write a hit song, just find another way to say, I love you. So really, when you think about 16 million songs written with 7 to 12 notes, that's astounding. That would be like saying to an author, okay, you're going to write a book, but you only have 12 words. You can use those 12 words throughout the book. To me, that just is a picture of why music communicates on so many different levels. Because with the music, you're communicating, as I said before, with that frequency and the vibration and the energy that's inside of you. So you know when you hear a song you like, it's because it's resonating with you. So what I'd like to do right now is we're going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to tell you a little bit about songs, about writing songs. And let me share a screen here to tell you what goes into a song, what makes up a song. There's really only 2 things. Let's see if that's shared. I don't think it did. Let's try that again. Okay. All right. Let me bear with me. This is a little messy because that's technology. I love technology. Technology is so amazing, and sometimes we get to find new ways to be involved and use technology. So let me find my slide. 1 second. Where is that one? Oh, that's really strange. I'm not seeing it. Let me try this. Well, for some reason that one went away. So I'm going to just tell you this. I can't find the slide. Thank you very much for bearing with me there. But there's two things that go into a song. Two things and only two things. Melody and a lyric. This is what's copyrightable at the Library of Congress. Now, we all hear a song. We hear a song at a concert. We hear somebody performing, and we hear the performer who's giving us a fabulous performance. And we hear the band that's really in there, and the rhythm section and the orchestra, whatever type of music it is. And we hear the energy and the beat and the rhythm and the tempo. There's all sorts of things. But the essence of the song is melody and lyric. And later on today, I'm going to share a secret. So somebody remind me at the end, I'm going to share a little secret about this. But melody and lyric are the two things that get copyrighted at the Library of Congress. Those are the two things that go into a song. And let me look at another thing. So there's another piece here. I'm doing something wrong. Hang on. Okay, I am just not having a successful time with technology today. So let me tell you that there are, in a form of a song, the structure of a song, there's basically many things that you already know. You all have maybe millions, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of songs in your head. Have you ever experienced this? So you hear a tune starts or a lyric starts, and you know immediately what that song is because it's in your database. So the education of all of us in the world where we live with streaming and we live with radio and we live with television and music and movies, all of this is coming strong to us all the time. We are experiencing that all day long. And so really what part of a song is the verse. And the verses really always tell us the verse is the same melody, different lyrics, and several times throughout a song. That's a verse. The verse is telling us what, how, when, where, all of those pieces. And then we get to a chorus. And the choruses really of songs are the why. It tells us the why of a song. In many songs, there's a bridge. Sometimes it's instrumental. Sometimes it's a brand new melody and a new lyric that tells us something a little bit deeper about the song. So the song is always taking us on a journey, on a movement throughout. And we are experiencing that. We're experiencing something that was written maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 15 or 20 or 50 years ago. That was a moment in time for that songwriter, and they captured it in some sort of an audio recording, and now it gets to be shared. But that moment was many, many, many years ago, or it could be recent, but many cases it's many years ago that it was created. And really all we're doing is taking a photograph. We're capturing that feeling, capturing that moment of consciousness that a songwriter had about a relationship to something in his or her life. Captured, frozen in time, and now we get to hear it over and over. This is what goes into a song, and I would challenge you over the next week or so, as you listen to music and you stream music, listen to the songs that you love, and just identify, oh, that's the verse, that's the chorus, that's going to tell us why. The verses are telling the story, giving us the background, giving us the setting, the feeling, and the bridge is going to take us maybe a brand new thought, take us somewhere else. So as you go through the next few weeks, why don't you try identifying whether it's a verse, chorus, or bridge? And that's sort of a fun way just to learn more and get into a song. So those are really the basics I wanted to tell you about writing a song. It is about a melody and a lyric. So we are going to have a moment here, and I'm going to share with you all the opportunity to write your own song in a particular way. Many times songwriters hear a song, we like it, and we may create a totally new lyric to the song that we're hearing. So we write a lyric to that song. So we are in many cases what's called ghostwriting. We create something, and then we take that lyric that we liked because we like the phrasing, we like the melody, we like the way the lyrics moved, and then we create a totally different melody, a totally different feel, and take it in a different direction. But it's a good way to prime the pump, so to speak. So this is something you can do throughout. So I'm going to sing a song for you now. I'm going to play this song for you, and then we're going to write to it, as I explained, in ghostwriting. This song is called How Amazing. Let me get my capo on here. Can you hear the music okay? I am on a journey made of energy. I have a secret under my hat. There's only one of me. How amazing is that? We all can have exactly what we want. It's ours, we don't have to ask, because it's inside of us. How amazing is that? How amazing, how amazing, how amazing. Standing in the sun beside the ocean, a place where many lovers have sat. There's always room for love. How amazing is that? How amazing, how amazing, how amazing. You can sing along with me now. I can see you all. How amazing, how amazing, how amazing. So that's the song called How Amazing. I'm sure you got that. And what I'm going to invite you to do in just a moment, I'm going to invite you to write a verse for this song. And we're going to put it in the chat. But before we do that, we're going to go one step further. And I'm going to read you a list of words. And I don't want you to write anything down. So put your pen and paper down and don't write anything. Just close your eyes and listen to these words. Just close your eyes and listen. Alive, ambitious, appreciative, aware, authentic, believable, compassionate, connected, confident, courageous, creative, curious, committed, dedicated, engaged, enthused, fearless, generous, grateful, happy, humility, innovative, inspiring, knowledgeable, love, motivated, optimistic, peaceful, resilient, safe, spirited, successful, trustworthy, versatile, willing, wise, worthy. Now, before you do anything else, open your eyes, grab your pen and paper, and write down 2 or 3 words that came out to you. Just take a moment and write 2 or 3 words that you gathered from this reading. I'll give you just a second. And when you finish, write those words in the chat for me.
She can post anything at the end if you want her to. Email them to me.
So I'm giving you a couple of minutes here, just a minute or so, to let you write down the words that came to you as the words I read. So I hear fearless, committed, worthy, humility. Caroline, safe, grateful, connected. Yes, I did list all of those were part of the list. Alive, love, connected. So what's interesting, really there's no right or wrong here. There are no good words to pick or bad words to pick. No right or wrong. They're all just fine. And it's really interesting that you all picked different words. I read the same words, you all heard the same reading, and you selected something different. It's because maybe those words spoke to you at this moment in time. Those words came to you because they mean something that maybe you're not even aware of, or they came to you because they had resonated with you. And so it really goes back to what I was saying about so many millions of songs written out of 7 notes. We all hear something different or slightly different. And so we move it through our system and what resonates and what vibrates inside of us and create something totally new. Create something that may be based on the same word that other people have used: committed, worthy, humility, safe, grateful, connected, fearless, all of those words. And yet it means something slightly different with your voice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, I'm going to play this song again for you. Let me try one more, give one more try here to sharing my screen. Yes, so. Okay. Did it wrong. Wonderful. Yes. A big breakdown in my ability to get things on screen. I worked on it before, and for some reason, it's just not cooperating with me. So what I'm going to do is sing the first verse of this song, and I want you to ghostwrite to it. I want you to write to the same tempo, the same phrasing, similar, same tempo, same phrasing. So use your pen and paper, and then after you do this, we'll talk about it. But so just give you the first verse. I am on a journey made of energy. I have a secret under my hat. There's only one of me. How amazing is that? So you all get to write the first 3 lines, and then end with how amazing is that? I am on a da 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 da. How amazing is that? So I'm going to keep playing the melody here, and you just write in your book the first 3 lines of this verse. Da 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 So keep writing your 3 lines to that first verse. How amazing is that? So I'll give you a couple of minutes more, let you finish up your first verse, and then when you're finished, just drop it in the chat. And the way I'd like for you to do that is to put line 1, da 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 da, and then number line 2, da 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 da, line 3, da 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 da. So you want to number each one of your lines so that I can see the difference in your lines. So as you finish, I'll give you another couple of minutes. Go to that spot. Maybe you want to use a word that came up to you in the word list that I read. Maybe you want to use different words. Maybe you want to tell something that is really something that is amazing in your life. Just take a minute. Don't worry. And go ahead and put each line in, 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful, beautiful. So, Elise, I think we have yours. Noel, we have yours. Maris, we have yours. That's so cool. So let's just play here with this a little bit. Now I may get some of the lyrics wrong, but I'll give it a shot. This is Maris. I am riding on an elephant across the great African lands, seeing God's animals How amazing is that? I love it. I am riding on an elephant across the great African lands. I can see it, seeing God's animals. How amazing is that? Marish, you're a songwriter. Let's do Elise. Learning to be a daughter. Let me try that again. Learning to be a daughter, turning into a friend, committed to whatever comes, worthy of mutually. Yeah. How amazing is that? Mutuality, I think that's it. Worthy of mutuality. That's a good one. I like that. Learning to be a daughter, turning into a friend, committed to whatever comes, worthy of mutuality. I got it. How amazing is that? And Noel, I can't believe I'm here writing a song where I can only sing flat, but the words still come out. How amazing is that? I love it, Noel. I can't believe I'm here writing a song when I can only sing flat, but the words still come out. How amazing is that? How amazing, how amazing, how amazing. I love it. Thank you all. I want to acknowledge you. You all wrote songs. I love it. I love it. That's so cool. And maybe you want to write more songs. That would be great. Maybe you're just opening up a spigot, a tap, a drip of water to start off here with writing songs. But there's something about putting it to music. There's something about putting your words to music that can create a wholeness inside you. And that consciousness, and what I've found about the consciousness of writing a song, we use both sides, our conscious and our subconscious. In writing a song, in our conscious mind, we come up with a hook, an idea, something sparks us to write something. Sometimes I have a hook idea, and I have no idea where the song is going. I just get this amazing idea for a title, and I go with that, and I just go into it. I experience that energy field, and I don't edit. I go into it and I write whatever comes out of me. And then I come back to it and put some music to it. Or maybe I go the other direction and start some music first and write lyrics. But that idea, that feeling just keeps growing. And you get, the more you do it, the more you get to experience it. Some of you who may be here and maybe you haven't experienced writing a song, some of you could have a hit song inside you. That possibility exists. Or some of you may want to write a song for a friend who's having a special occasion, or for a family member, or for someone you love. There are all sorts of outlets other than streaming and online and everything else. There are so many outlets to have a hit song with someone close to you. If you write a song and someone next to you feels it, and they get your energy, as far as I'm concerned, that's a hit song. So I bet that many of you are hit songwriters, and I want to acknowledge you for taking the opportunity, going with it, and just saying, what the heck? And just as I'm thinking about that, later on I'll tell you at the end, I'll give you a little link or a website that you can go to if you're interested in really doing a one-song program with me, where I walk people through over a 3-week period of time and really create a song that you can then share. So you go from zero to hero with a recorded version of your song. So that exists, and that program is called One Song, obviously. So I'll share that link with you later on. So I just wanted to say that songwriting, and it's amazing that you all um, jumped into this experience. You just went with it. Just if you would share with me in the chat, again, this is the way we get to connect to each other today, is just share with me in the chat what you felt while you were writing this song. Was there something that came up for you that was unique? And feel free that you used the confidence of your voice. You stepped forward and used your voice confidently and said, I can do this. As you're writing what you experienced, I would tell you that Maris and my wife and I have a program we call the 3Gs, and every morning we share gratitude, grounding, and good morning. And at evening, good night, gratitude and grounding. So, and we're going to share with you again, we're going to give you a little takeaway here of some really great exercises that can help you get into your consciousness, can help you find your voice, and can really guide you throughout your day. And it is all about gratitude, as we've spoken about. It's about knowing that you're enough. You have everything it takes to write a song. You have everything it takes to paint a picture, to create to invent something. Everything you need is inside you. Because having that spark of an idea is where it starts. So you have it all inside. You are enough. So this program we're going to share with you has I'm enough in it. And I get to. Another thing that we speak about all the time is words matter. And I told you I was going to share a secret with you, and I will, that words matter. And so we've replaced in our vocabulary, just replaced in our vocabulary, words like need to, have to, want to, should. All of those words get to be replaced by get. Get. I get to. I get to do the dishes. Well, it changes how I approach it. I get to put out the trash. I get to write a song. Oh my God, that's a great get to. I get to be with friends. I get to experience a new theater, a new play, a new movie. I get to. When we go out to dinner with someone says, "Oh, it's a great movie. I want you to see this movie." We don't say, "I have to go see that movie." We say, "Oh, I get to go see that movie tonight." So replacing have to, need to, want to, should with just one little word of get can be powerful in your life. And it's something you can do as we go away from here. So so Elise writes, I felt uncomfortable, but it felt better to practice putting perfectionism aside and let myself experiment with whatever came out. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, Elise. I mean, yes, that's absolutely it. There's always a fear, and I would tell you that as a songwriter, I've carried those same fears. I've many times felt like, oh, wow, I'm just not good enough. I'm not good enough. I could be better. And yes, I always get to explore more and learn ways to increase my vocabulary as a songwriter, increase my abilities as a songwriter. Whatever profession you choose, we always get to up level. We get to keep moving forward. But it's something that we have inside us, and experimenting. I love the word you use, experimenting, because experimenting is about curiosity. And when we're curious, it is the beginning of connection. First, we become aware of something, and then we're curious about it. Oh, what does that mean? What is that? Where does that go? And then we can get connected. So curiosity and experimentation and all of that is part of landing in that curiosity towards connection. It really moves you toward connection. And I love that you brought that up. And Noelle feels the same way. Appreciate that from both of you. So I'm going to drop in the chat here one thing. I'm going to drop in a link that you can all go to if you would like to do more with songwriting, if you'd like to experiment doing it on a broader basis. So I put in the chat, this is One Song Lab. We have the next lab that's beginning in the 27th. It's over a 3-week period. We meet 3 times, a couple hours each time. And there's the registration link. Of course, there is a charge for it, but here's a great deal. A good news today. If you enter the promo code FINDCENTER, you will get a great savings. And also because I really want folks from Find Center to join us and to be in One Song Lab. So I want to thank you all for being here today. We're coming down. We have about 8 minutes left, and I want to thank you all. Are there any questions? So while I'm speaking, if you have any questions, please place them in the chat. And the secret I was going to tell you is that even though maybe you haven't been a songwriter, you haven't experienced that, the truth is that your voice is a melody. You all speak every day. You use your voice every day. Your voice is a melody. And your words are like poetry because there's music in your words. There's rhythm. There's rhyme. There's bounce. There's lilt. There's a tempo and a pace to your words. So really, every day with everything we say, we're writing songs. You're putting music into the world. What kind of music is it? Is it uplifting music? Is it a thoughtful music? Is it sincere? Is it connected? Are we joining others in this music? But we are writing songs every day. Words matter. Everything we put into the world with our voice and with our words, you can't take it back. It's out there. And so we get to be conscious of what we say. And that consciousness of using our words also leads to confidence. It leads to confidence in the sense that we don't have to listen to someone and be immediately thinking about, oh, what am I going to say next? Have you all had that feeling before? You're listening to someone, but you're not really hearing them because you're thinking about what you're going to say. Being present and being conscious in a conversation with someone is the first step to connection. It's the first step to making a real solid relationship. And we can get to do that, and you can practice it. Just practice. Practice being present, practice being conscious, practice listening, and without thinking, what am I going to say next? And trust yourself that if you are sincere and you speak from your heart, you will say the right thing. And that right thing could lead to all sorts of relations, whatever kind of relationships you are seeking or are in, can up-level those relationships. Words matter, and certainly words matter in music. Writers spend a lot of time working through a lyric of a song. If I showed you numerous songs that I have 15, 20 versions of the lyrics, making changes throughout, it is a process. It is a process. And in the One Song Lab, we go through this process and we create something that's unique. And so you have the link, you saw it in there, so it's really available through Monday the 25th. If you do that promo code, Find Center, you'll be able to log on and participate in a One Song Lab. So any other questions? So did we get the link in? I'm just seeing messages here that it didn't see. We have it now? We're good? Yeah? Okay, good. So I want to thank you all for being here today. I want to thank you for taking the time, acknowledge you for setting aside an hour to come do something as wild as writing a song. And I hope to see you again. And I want to say once again, thanks to Find Center, and explore Find Center and look for, there may be many other programs on there. And maybe you have experience, you've been on there before, but there may be many other programs on Find Center that could be the key to new horizons for your life. So go there, and I send you all greetings and thank you, acknowledge you, and thank you so much for being here today. And I appreciate it, and have a great afternoon.